Verse 30, yes. And the times of this ignorance God winked at. Now, there's been a lot of winking on the part of God. Yes. Seems like we have some individuals that think that God doesn't know. God doesn't know that you have to amp yourselves up. Yes. And then you have to keep looking at or touching your own self when having sex because your genitals don't work. Now, because God, yes, has appointed a day in the which, yeah, he will judge the world of righteousness by that man whom he hath ordained, whereof he hath given assurance unto all men, in that he hath raised him from the dead. And when they heard of the resurrection of the dead, some mocked. They thought, well, this is all bullshit. Yes, it is. Jesus wasn't raised from the dead. You know that. But I've been planning a little celebration for the last 2,000 years, and I'd kind of like to get going on that. Now, this whole idea of talking to other people, when I was a financial consultant, I was on the phone quite often with those that were in actually the compliance department of WM Financial. And when you don't know the actual identity of the individual you're speaking to, quite often you like to be, a dickhead, a real asshole to the other person. I decided to take my own money and fly down to California and visit with all of those I had been on the phone with. That I thought, if you know my actual identity, yes, you'll be a lot nicer on the phone. That was kind of surprising when I got there, seeing the individuals that I had been talking to. Yes, they were surprised at my appearance. Yes, but when I got back to Sequim, Washington, I found out that taking that additional amount of money, approximately $500 to $1,000, to fly down there on my own initiative to introduce myself to all the people that I was working with in that corporation, did help accomplish a lot more as a financial consultant. They were less reluctant to tell me, well, I just can't help you, because I would tell them, well, why don't I visit with you right now? Now, for every bonehead that likes being, really asshole-ish, to those that are in business, why don't those that use the telephone use their own money to go visit with those that think that, well, he will never fly down here. He will never actually meet me. Now, there are a lot of persons that I like to speak to, yes, but I'm going to need my sons. Oh, oh, oh. And I'm one of these business owners that thinks it's worthwhile to take care of the problem myself. Now, I had got involved in some forex trading. Yes. And I was adding up the actual round turns of being a commodity trading advisor, and I found out that things were not adding up. Pooch. I actually had to make another trip to California. Yes. And I went down there and I explained that what was agreed to for my clients, yes, was not happening. Yeah. And I asked for a check back for the actual amount that had been invested. Yes. And they agreed. Now, for every one of you in business that thinks that, well, me spending $1,000 to go get my client's money when I noticed that it was fraudulent, what was going on? Yes. I thought it was worthwhile to protect myself from liability because who are they going to blame? Oops, they're going to blame me. Yes. Now, it seems that somebody's sitting on a ton of money and they just don't want to get up off their fucking ass and get on an airplane and go visit somebody right now because your mindset is, I'm not going to protect myself. Now, in both of those experiences, yes, I thought that my appearance as an employee of WM Financial, yes, would help those that I work with in the same company, yes, to realize that when I pick up the fucking phone and call you, I want you to do what I ask at the time of the fucking phone call. I don't want you jerking around thinking that you'll just laugh your asses off. And for those of you involved in business that thought, well, I know there's somebody I should go talk to today. Yes, These meetings of those that like to mock the other employees in corporations, yes, use your own money, pooch, buy a plane ticket, take 2 or 3 days to yourself, and get on the fucking plane and you go visit whoever it is that's being an asshole to you. And you tell them, hello, I'm the guy that's been on the phone the whole time. Now, I thought I should introduce myself so that if I call you again, you will do what I ask when I call. Because I'm not wasting my time, yes, having you tell me that what I'm asking is not what needs to happen. Poop. Now, I don't know how many other financial consultants at Washington Mutual did what I did. Yes, because I didn't do it to impress anybody. Pooch! I did it because you would not respond to what I was fucking saying. Now, there's a lot of businesses that I've been wanting to start. Yes, where I have 4 different offices, and when I have to get on the airplane because something I want to have done is not happening, I'll make absolutely fucking sure that you get a large lawsuit for refusing to do what the law requires. Now, there could be somebody in law enforcement, FBI, yes, where they like to sit there at their desk and make phone calls about arresting people. Poop. I would say it's time for you to buy a plane ticket. And if you have to use your own money to do it, consider it job security. Yes, because I will tell the Federal Bureau of Investigation right now that every fucking employee in law enforcement that thinks that they wouldn't spend their own money buying their own fucking plane ticket to do their own fucking arrest,